Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel and to Roxy's Weekly Challenge. This week it's week 12. Now normally I would have filmed this, I like to film these videos at the weekend for the following Wednesday. But I'm sure you've noticed that Wednesday nothing happened. That's because last weekend I was away for a few days visiting friends in Norfolk, so I thought, well, I really want to keep up with this challenge, so I've finally got back into my craft room. It's now Thursday, but it's just been such a busy week and weekend, so I'm going to try and keep up with things, but if I do miss one here and there, that's life. But yeah, I'm going to do week 12. So this was making pocket tags with a pocket from the leftovers from last week's challenge, which were the Vellum ephemera holder thingies, I think. So I made 4, so I've got 4 sheets left over to make new tags. So that's what I'm going to do. And then while I'm doing it, I'll tell you a bit about what's been going on and update you a little bit. So let's just get started, because otherwise I never get it done. And I'll just get my bone folder out so we can do some nice sharp folding. So to start with, we're just going to, I think she did make quite reasonably deep pockets, I think. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And these are 4 inches wide, so they're fairly wide for a tag. I'm wondering if I should possibly cut them down a little bit. I think they're a bit too wide, personally. So I think I'm just going to cut them down, because if they're meant to be a tag, they need to go in a pocket, and they might, but I think I'll just make them just a little bit smaller. And I'll make them, go that way. I'm going to make them 3.5, just because I feel that that's a better size for a tag. It's still quite a big tag. I don't know if these will go in full length. Yes, they will. So 3.5. I know they don't all have to be an exact size, but it's just easier if you make them all the same, isn't it? You know what you're working with then. Or more or less the same size. Not sure how straight these were in the first place. Okay. So that's it. They're more or less 3.5 now. I just think they're a more manageable size as a tag. Right, let's just fold these up now. So they might be a little smaller than the one Rachel made. That one's Rachel made, I don't know. And of course they're not terribly straight. That one. And that one, whether I'll get these all finished, I very much doubt. There's quite a lot of processes involved with these. On the face of it, it would seem quite a simple project, but there was a lot to do, so I have a feeling they won't all get finished. Right, okay, so now I just need to glue the pockets down. I haven't got one of those stapleless staplers that Rachel used in her project, so, and I don't really want to use proper staples because I think they look a bit clunky on these delicate things. So I'm going to just do hopefully a very fine bead of glue. I never get the top off. I've got to pull it, that's it. So I've just decanted some art glitter glue into this little bottle, just because I thought it might make life a little bit easier. I was always struggling with the art glitter glue bottles themselves, and the little fine tips that you can get to go with them. So I thought I'd just try this for something different, as I had one in the drawer. It's actually working out quite well for me. It doesn't seem to clog up as much as the other one did. Right, so they're all glued up now, and the next thing is to put a little bit of book page on each one, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to follow the same process that that Rachel did. I think I'm going to use a bit of book page. I'm not going to make any music themed tags this time, because if you've watched my last music journal video, I think that was the last one, where I went through all my ephemera, I've got plenty. I do not need to make any more things for the music journal. But I still want to use music paper, sheet music paper. So I'm still going to use it, but it won't be necessarily for that journal, is what I was trying to say. Right, I don't know about this piece. I might use this piece actually. And what she did, actually I think she did the backs first, didn't she? She did. I'm going to try and follow her process. I think she did this afterwards, the book page and the fronts of them, the fronts of the pockets. She did the backs, so I've got a few bits pulled out. I have no idea how they're going to fit or whether they're going to look any good. But I've just got I just actually printed a few things off because I didn't know what I had. And it was just easier to go through my digitals and see if anything appeared to be the right size. So that's too big. That might fit. So I might use that. So one with the bird would be nice. Right. So I'm just going to tear that down. And hopefully this will be the right sort of size. Yep, I think that might work. I just need to trim it just a little, just trim that little bit of writing at the bottom, so I think it just makes it a touch too long without losing his tail, hopefully. Easier said than done, she says. Okay, one. So that is, I think, from a Roxy Creations Pink and Green kit. As is this page, isn't that gorgeous? I'm thinking one of these florals might work. I might just try tearing that down a little. Hopefully I've got it straight. It's quite hard to see because the background is very pale. It's hard to see where the background ends and the white surround begins. fit nicely on there. That's not very straight, is it? Look at that, totally wonky. Because I've printed these on thicker paper than the usual printer paper, this is on 160. It does tear just a little bit more roughly. You don't get quite such a smooth edge when you tear it, but I like it a little bit softer, so I'm going to stick with that and then just trim off the bits that are a bit too rough. Okay, how are we doing? Let's get rid of some of these bits. I've got 2 more. Now, what else have I got to use? I have this page. These are Artie May's Female Beauties, I think they are. Aren't they gorgeous? So I like this one, I think. I do love her too. Actually, I don't like them all. I'm not so sure about her so much. She looks like she's in pain. So I'm just going to tear this down here. I'm just hoping they're going to fit. What else have I got? Yeah. Okay, so I think I'll use her. I'll try her anyway. It might be too big. Right, how's that? It's too wide, but I think it can work. I'll just make it a bit narrower. I'd like to keep some of this frame because it's really pretty. Let's have a look. Yes, I think I'm going to take off some of that top border here. Okay. Just do a little bit of tidying. That one, yep, and I've got a few, they're journal cards really from this is the Shabby Dabby Doodah Green Goddess kit, and there's a few lovely journal card type things here, and I'm just wondering if that's going to fit. It's going to be quite a tight fit. I might be able to it's just rather a lovely image. I'll just make it slightly smaller, should fit. Just take it in a bit each side. Right. Let's see how that looks. Ooh, it fits quite nicely on there, doesn't it? Right, so I'm just going to ink around all of these and then I'll come back. Right, so I've just inked around all of the images, so I've just got to glue them down. You didn't need to see me doing that, that's a bit boring. So I'm just going to glue those on. I think I'm going to use my wet glue, my tacky glue. While I was off camera, I refilled it. Well, I used up what was left in my main bottle. Because I'm hoping there'll be less curling, but we'll see. I'll do one and see if there's less curling with this glue than there is with a glue stick. If it makes no difference, I might use the glue stick. Also, I find this is a little bit quicker. Just try not to have too much coming out, otherwise you end up with lumpy bits. Yes, so we had a really lovely weekend away with our friends in Norfolk. We haven't been down there for quite a while, as obviously with all the move and everything, we haven't been away since probably last summer. It was really nice. I mean, we have seen them because they did actually come and stay with us just before Christmas. I mean, a couple of days before Christmas, but on their way to spend Christmas with their own family, because both their daughters live up in the same area that we both used to live in. And Wendy, she's been my best friend for years. We'd known each other since before our children were born, because we used to be neighbours, not next door neighbours, but nearby, and we got to know each other before we started our families. So we have been friends for a very long time now, and we had the two of us just went and had a little shopping trip on Friday, which we used to love to do on a regular basis. You know, go to the shopping centre and try some clothes on, have a cup of tea, or just have a chat and a wander, and it was just lovely to do that again. Both of us really enjoyed it. And then we didn't spend every minute with them, because what we tend to do these days, we used to stay with them, but then that would be just for a weekend. But because we actually went up on Thursday and came back Monday, we just felt it would be a long time for people to have us there all the time. So we've started renting little cottages when we go. Each time it's been a different one, but they're all just within about 15 minutes of where they live. But it just gives each couple a bit of time for their own, a bit of space of their own. And it actually meant that we were able to invite them over to us, because this time we had a really nice, a slightly bigger cottage than we've had before, a 2-bedroom place. So it was, you could actually have 4 people for dinner. So that's what we did. We invited them on, I think, Saturday evening. My husband cooked, because he's good like that. He cooked dinner, and they came to us for the evening, which was really nice to be able to do that. Because they'd cooked for us one evening as well, because we don't feel like if we go there they have to, provide every meal. So one night we had a takeaway together, and then on the Sunday we went out for a lovely Sunday lunch in a really nice pub near them, well, fairly near them. So yeah, every day we did different things, and it was really nice just to relax and enjoy their company. The only fly in the ointment was my rotten cold, because it really got going. It had started last week before we went, and by the time we got there it was in full force. Sneezing, coughing, blowing my nose every 2 seconds. Oh, it was a right pain. But there we go. You can't stop these things, you just have to get on with it. That's what we did. Didn't stop us having a really nice time though. Of course it meant that I wasn't able to make videos for several days. So I had filmed ahead for the videos you'll have seen this past week, but the bank is empty at the moment. I haven't got anything. I don't think I've got anything ready to go at all. So when I will get back into the craft room after today, I really don't know. So all I can say is watch this space for the next one. I have no idea when it might appear, because we're now coming towards the end of the week. It's Thursday today. Tomorrow, Friday, we've got Alyssa coming after school, and she's staying with us for the whole weekend, which is going to be lovely but exhausting, and there will be no time to craft. Well, not craft on film. I'm sure there will be crafting, because I have plans for her. I've actually made her a little journal of her own. Tiana, this was your idea, and I've done it. And I've just a little, just an empty one, just with some copy paper for the pages, so that she can just do her own thing. She can do some drawing, she's sticking, she can she'll have to use my paint sticks. She's got some of her own now that I bought her. I don't know what she's going to do, but she'll tell me, I don't doubt. Have I put this on the wrong side? No, phew, for a minute I thought I'd stuck this on the pocket side. That wouldn't be a surprise, would it, people? It wouldn't be a surprise for me to do that. Stick it on the wrong side while I'm talking, that's what happens. And glue up my pocket. It's just a bit sticking out there. Yes, and then this is the last one. I'm just going to make sure I've got it on the right side now. Yes, so she's going to be coming, straight from school on Friday, staying with us Friday night and Saturday night. So, but luckily, the cavalry are coming over on Saturday afternoon. Cavalry being Hannah and George, because she adores them, and it might give us a little break. She loves playing with them, so we might be a little bit tired by then. Depends on how she sleeps. I mean, it's all down to how she sleeps on Friday night. But my prediction is she will be overexcited, and it will take us ages to get her to sleep, and then she'll wake up early. That's the prediction. I hope to be proven wrong, but don't expect to be. So I think we might be a bit bleary-eyed. Hopefully the second night she'll settle down a bit better. We will see. But it's so lovely having her here. We've started collecting her regularly from school on a Wednesday now, which is something was always part of the plan of moving here, was that we would start doing that, because just having that little bit of connection with her every week, should I say, that little bit of time with her, it's only a couple of hours before we take her home, but it's just nice to have that regular time, just us with her, and I think she enjoys it too. And she loves having a bit of a poke around my craft room. What's this for, Nana? Why do you use this? And it's just really nice to have her here. Right, let's carry on. They are curling a bit, but they should. Hopefully, I'll put them under something and they'll flatten out. So I don't know whether this was a mistake or not to use that glue, but let's just plough on, shall we? Turn them all over, and now we've just got to do a little bit of something on the pockets. So this is where we start bringing in the book page and whatever else. So as I was saying before, I've got a bit of music paper here which I'm going to use, and I'm going to use the glue stick for this just because it's just as quick for small things. Oh, there's not much left on that one, but never fear, I have another one on standby. And she does actually wrap around, because I think with the stapleless staples, they have a tendency to come apart. So it reinforces the pocket, but I still think it has quite a nice look to it. I'm not going to overlap it too much, but I think that will work okay. There we are. So you get the little bit around that page as well. Okay, that one. Right, see if I can find some small pieces. Yeah. Don't need to be too big. And the next one. Check what's on the other side. Yes, that would be a better side to do it because there's a blank bit. Put that around there. Actually does finish that off a little bit, doesn't it, on that side? That one. Let's have a bit of this. And try to do that on that side. Check which side looks best. I think that one will be alright. I'll just do it round a little bit. Yeah. Okay, that one. And last little bit. Well, here's a good bit. It's too big. Check the other side. Okay, I think I'll put that on this side. Okay. That's right. Oops. Try and straighten it up a bit. Okay. Right, so they've all got a little bit of book page on. And then the next thing to do is to put a bit of washi tape on the other sides. It's a kind of formula. And I've got a few washi tapes pulled out, some of my favourites. Let's see what looks like it would go. And it's got to go really on the other side as well. So I've got a few here I like. I have got loads of them, but there's probably only less than a dozen that I regularly like to pull on. Is that going to work? Yeah. I might add a bit of glue though. I don't necessarily trust it to stick, especially as it's vellum. I don't know how easy these things stick to vellum. Okay. Yeah. Just a pretty pale pink. That's that one. And this one, something a little brighter perhaps. Where was it? Where'd it go? There it is. I think I fancy this one. Yeah, that would go nice. I love this one. It feels quite sticky, so I think I'll risk it. There we are. Oh, no, I want to keep them that way up, don't I? That's the side I'm working on. Right, this one. What's on the other side? Green. Maybe a bit of this. Is that going to work? No. It is not going to work. No, not really. So it'll have to be contrast, won't it? That's weird. Okay, I'm going to use something a little more neutral in that case. And I'm going to use my butterfly one. If I can find the end. There we are. That down there. Yep. Like that. That looks nice on that side too. So yeah, that works. And the final one, Little Miss Pretty, is my absolute favourite. Do you know, I'm pretty sure I've seen Rachel Roxy Creations has got this one. Random thing. Don't normally see other people use with the same washi tapes as you've got yourself, do you? But I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've seen her use it, but I've seen it in her box. Because I thought, oh, I've got that one. Yeah. Yeah, looks nice on there too. Okay, that's that step done. Now, what's next? Oh yes, we need to find a little something to go in the middle of each pocket. A little extra bit of decoration. And I don't quite know what I'm going to use because they've got to be fairly small. So I've got a few options, but I don't know how it'll turn out. So I thought I'd have a look at, where are we? I've got some Victorian ephemera fussy cuts from the Paper Outpost. I know Rachel used some of hers for this challenge. Mine are different. I don't know quite whether there will be anything that I will like enough to put on there. What about that? Actually, that's quite nice. I'm going to try not to be overly fussy about it, but I'm just going to ink this because it's got a very white edge. It's very detailed. I'll stick that on there. What's on the other side? Oh yeah, that's fine because she's holding flowers, so it makes sense. Okay, not that it has to make sense in particularly, but it's always nice if there's a bit of cohesion between back and front, really, isn't there? So there we are. Ooh, that's that one. Okay. Down there. Okay. Yep. Next one. What's on that side? Okay. Let's see what we've got here. I wonder about, I've got a butterfly here. Maybe I'll have a look at my butterflies, see if I've got any that will just fit nicely. Right, let's have a little look, see if I've got anything that I like. This is actually a vellum butterfly. Vellum on vellum? Not sure. I think I need something that will be a bit more, make a bit more of a statement. I think that's too pale. I need some colour on here, don't I? No. I have too many to choose from, that's the trouble. About that one. Nope. Green one. No, not liking the butterfly actually for this. On another one possibly, just doesn't quite work for me on here. I need something a bit more colourful, so I'm going to go back to these. I've got that. Maybe that will work. Some of these images are really quite odd. Yeah, I think perhaps that one will be alright. I'll just ink around that too. So each one has a right plonked in the middle. I'm just going to put that over to one side a little, slightly. Not quite so central as the other one. Alright, that one will go nicely there. Okay, now, okay, so I think possibly a butterfly would look better on here. So let's have another go with these. I do quite like this green one. Yeah, I think that might be a good option, or this yellow one. It's pretty, isn't it? I've got a little on the bold side for me. Ooh. Blue. No, I'm going to go back to green, I think. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the green. Don't think there's another one that, well, I'm sure there is plenty of others that would work just as well. I'm just going to try one more. Ah, there we go. The winner. Ooh. Oh, that's got a load of glue on the front of it now. That's a shame. Oh well. Wipe it off a little bit. Okay, and last little piece. I want, yeah, a small bird if I can. I can find something quite small. Don't know if I've got any. No, he's got a really long tail, hasn't he? Oh, what about you? Yeah, he's rather nice. Okay. He will go there. There. Yeah, there. No, get rid of this page. It's too yucky. Right, okay, so that's that one. Now I think we have to find something to go in the pockets now. So I'm just going to clear up a little bit and sort out what else I need, and I'll be right back. Right, so now it's time to put some bits in the pockets. I have pulled out a few things. I don't know how well they'll work, but I think they need to work with what's on the other side as well. So let's just look at one at a time. I've got a little pile of bits here. They'll all need backing, but I'll do that afterwards off camera. So I've got the bird on this side and the little bird here. So I've got a few things here that might work. I've got this. So also I'm not sure even if I've got the sizes right. Some of them will need cutting down, I think. So I've got that's a bit too big, but I'm not sure if it goes. Now, one of the things I'm kind of working towards in my mind is doing a spring journal. And I better get on with it quick because we're already near the end of March. So if I'm going to do it, I'll have to do it soon. And so I do already have a couple of spring digital kits that I bought last year in the hope that I'd get around to doing one last year. But of course, I lost a load of time after my surgery, so I didn't get to do it. So and one of the ones that I really love this kit is it's by Janie B Journals, and it's called Spring Birdsong. So I pulled out a few of the cards. There's a small tag and a couple of journal cards from that kit. So I've either got these or the next size up is like really big tags. So I was hoping one of these might go in, because when it says Spring Birdsong, of course there's birds on a lot of the little pieces of ephemera, and they're really just so pretty, these ephemera pieces, such delicate colours, very springy. And I thought, well, this would work on a spring journal, wouldn't it? So I wondered if one of these might go in. I think it'll fit. It's a case of is it too small? I think it might be okay actually. So I'm just going to cut it down because I haven't cut them out properly yet. I don't know which one I'm going to prefer. So that is going to look quite sweet, isn't it? I like that. So I say I will back it. It's just, I mean, it is on the slightly thicker paper, but it needs something like some coffee dyed paper on the back or something, and finishing off, corner rounding and all that kind of stuff that I like to do on my journal cards. But I think we'll just take that as a given that it'll be done off camera. I don't know if this is a bit smaller. No, maybe not. And there's this one as well, which I love this one too. I think, I don't know, I think this one maybe having the bird at the top means he stands out, and I think it's a little wider, this one, as well. Just a touch. Yeah, it is. It's just that bit bigger, so I think that's the one. So I will put something on the back, ink it around the corners, you know, the usual thing, and that'll work for there. And I'll put these two aside because they're too small for what I need. Right, get rid of these bits. The next one, what's on the other side of that? That's this one. So in theory this would go, because obviously it is from the same kit, this would go quite well with that. Is it too matchy? I think it is. So I'm wondering about something like this. I think it might be too big. But if I cut off around the... Well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to use my trimmer. It might just be a bit quicker to get a neat edge. I think this is this is the ephemera kit by Pink One-Up Prints. How's that? So I really like that in there. With the it's a similar image on the other side. It's just in a different style, which is rather nice. Yeah, that fits nice. That fits lovely, actually. I like that. Okay, so that's that one. Next. So it's all about finding something to fit, isn't it? Now we've got her. So I could use another one from that kit in there, which would be quite nice. And there are a few smaller ones. That's quite nice, isn't it? You could have something that just says notes. So you've got something to write on both sides. but actually I quite like having a pretty image, really. Let's have a look. Have a good look on there. It's a little tight. What about this one? No, that's going to be too tight as well, so I need to cut. Which one do I like this one actually. Let's see if I can cut that down a bit enough to fit that in. Have we got a problem here? Oh, yes, that was part of the problem. It's a bit of glue on the inside of the pocket, but I think that's cleared it now. Oh yeah. I like that. A floral fantasy in an old English garden. That's really lovely. And that on the other side. So yeah, that's nice. I like that. Right, so final one is her. Okay, I'm wondering, I don't know if this will go on this one, but I've got another kit by Paper Outpost, which I don't use very often. It's called the Seed and Flower Ads. And there's quite a floral theme going on this tag here. So let us see if anything would work in here, like that maybe. The size is about right. May need a little trim. I don't know. It's a bit wide. Is that one? That fits better. So there's that. And the colours are good. Do more. This is about roses. More roses. Which actually would go really well on here, wouldn't it? Oh, I think that's rather nice. Actually, that's made me realise that I'll put that one a little bit skew if. It's not looking entirely straight when you put this in, is it? Never mind. It's a little bit on the drunk side. Oh well. I don't think I can do anything about it now, but I do like that. So that's going in. Dude, it's nice to use some of these things I forget that I've got and then pull them out, like the Victorian ephemera as well, both of which are Paper Outpost kits and both of which I tend to forget I have. So I think that's going to be good for that one. Put all these other bits aside. Alright, now the last thing to do is to do a little hole at the top and put a bit of sari silk. So let's start with this one. I am going to cut the corners a little. I've got my little card here somewhere. That's right. So I'm just going to do little corners, I think. Like this one, which is the smallest one. I don't want to impinge on the cards that are in the pockets, but I do want to have that little slight bit of tag shape about them. Actually, what I'll do is I'll turn that around, I think. Okay, and then we'll do a little hole. I'm going to use the larger size just because that'll be easier to get the sari silk through in, I think. Now I've got to try and get it central now, haven't I? Where's the... Let's try and see where the middle is. Yeah, a bit up there. Right, that's that one. And yeah, that'll be fine. Where's the... Yeah, there's the little prong. I'll try and get it central. Just make sure. I mean, it's approximate. doing it by eye. It might be easier to centralise this because I can put it in the middle of the word. Actually, I don't want to put it in the middle of the card, do I? I might just take that card out. Might have to trim it down a little bit, otherwise it'll go over the hole, won't it? Okay. I'd have to trim that down a bit to make it fit, make the card fit with the hole now. And this one. Right, now I need to find a nice colour. I think pink possibly would be the best one. Nice bit of pink on here, I think. Doesn't need to be very long. Actually, what Rachel was suggesting doing was actually splitting these in half, although I think this is a narrower one than the one she was using. So I'll stick with what I've got. I think some of them come up a lot wider. Have I made it long enough to tie it? That's the question. I've made life difficult for myself. I should have tied it first and trimmed it after, shouldn't I? Never mind. Just about got, I'll say it, nearly lost it. Come on. Very tiny little tie, but actually I think that's just fine. That's enough, really, on there. Okay, that one's done. Oh, I haven't done my corners on that one, have I? Let's do that as well. Going to do it that way. Corner. Oh, not those scissors. Corner. Okay, there we are. I'm done. Let's see what colour we need for the next one. I think I better do my corner before I forget. And I think a bit of pink might be nice on here as well, wouldn't it? So let's do another bit. I think I'll tie it. Tie it first. And then trim it. Just a little bit easier when you've got more to work with. Tie it. Trim it. Okay, there's that one, and I'm just going to have to cut this down a little bit. Maybe I'll cut it down the same way as I cut the other side, the top and bottom, and see if that is just enough. See how that looks. There we go. Can even pull it up a little bit. There we go. That fit nicely. Okay, so that's that one done. Next one. Doing my corners. Grab the right scissors. wondering if this sort of champagne-y colour would be nice on here. Yes, I think it would. So I have no idea when the next video will appear, because I don't know when I'm going to... hopefully I'll get back into my craft room on Monday. I don't have anything ready yet for Music Journal Monday, I'm afraid. So I'm sorry, it probably won't appear. If I get any chance tomorrow, I might be able to get in here, but I have got... well, I'm actually going to the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital tomorrow morning, quite early, for an MRI scan on my shoulder. Done that. Been there, done that. On my elbow, my right elbow, because that is the next one in line for replacement. That's going to be happening this year sometime, hopefully. So the MRI is the first stage of that, getting that scan, so they know what they're working with. And then I will be seeing the surgeon in a few weeks' time, towards the end of April, I think I'm seeing the surgeon. There we go. That one's done. I like that. That goes really nicely with that. Okay. Yeah, so that's tomorrow morning. But and we've got a few other things to do in preparation for the arrival of Her Ladyship. So whether I get in here tomorrow, I'd like to think I would, but I can't guarantee it. So you may or may not see a video from me on Monday. It'll come. I just it might take a little while to have the time to do it, and so it'll appear in due course. Right, I think I'd like to use on here a bit of this, bit of the turquoise. Actually, it's very stringy, this sari silk. Ooh. Right, just pop this through. Oops. Didn't quite get hold of it. There we go. It's a lot easier than trying to tie a bow on camera, I must say. Just doing a little knot. That works fine. That's not too daunting. Trim that off a bit. Okay, and that's that one. So there we are. Just the cards, they will need backing and finishing off, really. But Rachel didn't do that on camera either, so I don't feel too bad about not having got around to that. Just checking, I'm still filming. Yeah, I've turned the camera off a few times, and sometimes I don't hear it when it turns itself off, so I bet it will any minute. So I think I better finish now. So here we are. Here's our little vellum tags with pockets. Really pretty, I think. Really pleased with those. And that's Rockley's Weekly Challenge week 12. And I've just got it in time. Well, I've just made it in time before she releases week 13, which will come out tomorrow. But when I'll get to film that, who knows? So it'll take me a while to get back into my regular rhythm of, or my regular schedule of recording videos. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday is my days when I like to upload, but it's going to be a bit out of kilter over the next couple of weeks until I catch up with myself. But I will, and I will be with you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.